doo 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 doo. Doo 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 doo. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's Friday night. And I am sitting here with things on my mind and some time at the same time. Haven't been on YouTube like this in a long time. Let me get this thing started. I was testing out some things the other day. And I want to talk about, let me see if I could get it on the screen. Oh, and put it out. Still burning over there. When you hear the sizzle, you know it's out. Doot, 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 doot. Let me go over here and make sure the live is working. It would not be the first time that I have went live and sat here for an hour and a half and did a whole show, and it wasn't really live. So let me see. My trusty audience over here is supposed to be looking to see if I'm live, but that's not happening today. I need a new audience. My live audience is dozing off already. I want to talk about this thing that I had saw. Wait, let me make sure that I am actually live. Let me see. Maybe somebody had come in and drop a comment or 10. If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. Oh, I got the thumb up. What about the sound? All right. So we are in this thing. I am in this thing. How does the camera look? Does it look clear? I know the autofocus is on, so it's going to focus on a few things at the same time. So it's going to try to pick out the microphone. So I'm gonna have to do a little leaning with it and rocking with it. Yeah. But really today I want to talk about this thing that I saw the other day when I was scrolling through the internet. I was rolling through the internet, trying to see what I could see, being nosy. You know what we be doing on the internet. You know when you get on the internet, you don't really get on the internet to be doing a whole bunch of studying and getting enlightened and stuff like that. That may get about 2% of the time. The other 98% of the time, you all in the business. All in the business. I'm going to get up here and show what I'm looking at, what's on my mind today. The beautiful thing about this is I'm working on the computer at the same time. Oh, the lap of luxury. The lap of luxury that I have with me today. It says, but it still works. Dry it off. Well, I think it works. I'm trying to open this folder and it won't work. Either way it go, I don't have to open that folder. I won't let this thing beat me. I'll be it. But I'm going to come over here and I'm going to show you guys actually what it is that I'm thinking about. And I titled this Black Girl Lost, and I titled it Black Girl Lost for a reason. And then I somewhere in the title, what else does it say? Is it because we're always being funny, or because everything's funny, or is everything funny? All right. And the reason I named it that was because I think a little bit differently. And when things come to me, hey, what am I supposed to do? Right. So I'm going to get over here and I'm going to show you guys what I have. I got it somewhere over here. The thrill is gone. I wish I could sing. Doing radio is cool. I think doing YouTube is a little different. It's a different flow. Because on the radio, if I couldn't find something like this, oh my God, it'd be beads of sweat running down my face. I got 2 seconds left. Oh, 1 second left. Oh, I done flunked the whole assignment. That could very well be happening with this too. But let me see if I can get over here and get to what I'm getting to. Let's see. Here it is.
I never dated a black guy, never will. They all call me racist. I am not racist.
White, it ain't right.
Yeah. I've only had white dicks to me, and that's how like they all call me racist. I am not racist just because I say black guys are ugly and ghetto. That doesn't make me racist. It's a personal preference. You know what I mean? I date who I want to date. I hate when black guys try to hit on me. I hate when Mexican guys try to hit on me. No! Hot, sexy white guys only. Right, Patrick?
Yeah, I like that.
Right, Patrick.
Nathan, have you ever hooked up with a black girl?
I have.
Oh, he said he has. Actually,
darker than meat and sweeter than juice.
what? And actually, Patrick, I'm not black. I'm tan. I'm dark tan. Like, I'm dark tan. Really... I've never dated a black guy. I never will. And they all.
All right, and so that was on my mind right there. I got that as I was going through the internet, and it was somebody's page. It was Tariq Nasheed's page. It's a guy named Tariq Nasheed. If you haven't heard from him, if you don't know of who he is, and he does different commentary when it comes down to like things in the black community. I think he calls it the FBA, the Foundational Black Americans or something like that. That's the name of his group. And I think they derived from ADOS or got in an argument and came up with their own name, something of the sort. But he commentates on the black experience from his point of view. And so I saw that on his page. And when I saw it, I was like, wow. And it made me sit back a little bit. And I said, okay, well, let me watch it again. And since I told myself, let me watch it again, why don't we all watch it again? Let's watch it again. And then we're going to get to this.
I never dated a black guy, never will. And they all call me racist. I am not racist.
White, it ain't right.
Yeah. I've only had white dicks to me, and that's how like they all call me racist. I am not racist just because I say black guys are ugly and ghetto. That doesn't make me racist. It's a personal preference. You know what I mean? I date who I want to date. I hate when black guys try to hit on me. I hate when Mexican guys try to hit on me. No! Hot, sexy white guys only. Right, Patrick?
Yeah, I like that.
Good. Nathan, have you ever hooked up with a black girl?
I have.
Oh, he said he has. Actually.
Okay, and then she ends it with, have you ever been, they ask, have you ever been with a black girl? So her asking him that, I'm assuming they were live. They were probably, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, something of the sort. And when I looked down and I saw the comments, I saw a lot of comments like, they were disparaging comments. They were comments talking about her hair color and her wig and calling her a bed wrench, things of this nature, because, she said some things that could be very offensive. They could be very offensive. And when she says, I don't date black guys because they're ugly and ghetto, and then she says it's her preference. Now, two things can happen at the same time. She can have a preference for, white guys. That can be her preference. And I understand the antithesis of it is when she says that black guys are ugly and ghetto. It's the automatic visceral reaction of when she says black guys. Because as a black man, you think like, or a black guy, as she would put it, you would think like, well, we're not all the same. How can you lump everybody in the same boat? And so automatically, you kind of get frustrated and you get mad. And so I could dig it. I could dig it. But as I looked down, I started to see more. She can't be more than 25. I would say probably less than that. And that's anecdotal here. I'm going to play it again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn down the sound and I'm going to make them smaller so you can see my pretty face at the same time.
I never dated a black guy, never will. They all
let me go ahead and do like that. I'm going to turn them down too.
I've only had white dicks to me, and that's how like they all call me racist.
Oh, man. And Patrick, he just like having the time of his life. You know what I'm saying? Patrick is having the time of his life. Patrick is like, whoo, I got some sweeter the chocolate, the darker the juice. right next to me. The sweeter the chocolate, the darker the juice. Look at the smile on his face. Oh, he is just living it up. And he is just living it up. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on a loop. We're gonna leave this up as we talk. And so as I look down and I see all of these comments about this little girl, I'm gonna call her a little girl. I'm just looking and I'm guessing. And I'm also going off of the maturity based on the willingness of what she's doing. I'm looking at how old he is. She just doesn't seem like she has very much age up under her wings, right? And so when I look down and I see these 30, 40, 50-year-old people making comments like, oh, you guys can keep her. We don't want her on her team. You look at her, look at her wig. I saw stuff where people were talking about her gums and the size of her teeth. And I looked a little bit deeper. I must admit, I went ahead and clicked on a couple pages and said, let me see your gums and teeth. And it's not that I'm defending this girl. Well, you can take it how you want. Maybe I am in a sense. But what I'm trying to say is, instead of sending so much vitriol toward her, what do you think would happen if you sent a bit of love? What if we just sent some love toward her? She's young. And if I had to guess, I would guess that she may feel the way she feels because maybe black guys, and she said Hispanic guys, have been talking about her the way that these grown adults have been talking about her whole life. And I do feel like sometimes when we look at problems, we only look at what we see in front of us. We only look at the outcome. We don't look at what it took to make that problem in the first place, right? And so when I first saw this, the first thing that came to my mind was, what happened to her? What would make her want to feel this way? Why did she feel? Because obviously she has somebody in her family who is black. Now, I don't know the background or anything, or if she's attached. She could be I don't know. But she could look at herself and she know somebody in her lineage is dark, right? And it seems like she despises it. She does not like it. It's even to the point to where she says, and Patrick, I'm not black. I'm dark tan. All right. Which I don't know how dark tan get, but dark tan, like brown. And I get it because we had conversations about what is black. Black is a color. Black is a construct. I get it, but I don't know if that's how in depth she is when she's saying that. I think she's just saying it in a flippant way. Like, I'm not black. I think she does not like all the blackness, and she's dark. She's a pretty dark color. And so my thing is, as adults, as I look on this page, and I don't know how old Tyreek Nasheed is himself. I'm sure he's probably in his 40s. When are we going to think about solutions and stop trying to be so damn funny? Stop trying to be so damn funny. Is everything funny? Because when I see this little girl, I say, well, let's say this got 2,000 comments, or let's say it's been passed around and shared 1,000 times and it has, 10,000 comments and, by now probably 250,000 views based on, different publications and getting shared on different pages. And, we're going to, let's just make these guesstimates, right? What if all those people were telling her, you know what? Hey, you're beautiful. Hey, you know what? You're great. Hey, however you feel, you're young. Maybe things will change. Hey, I'm sorry for why you feel that way. Hey, if you need any help, we got your back. Hey, we're not going to give you away. That would be childish of us. But instead, what we do, and I don't mean like the kids, I mean the adults, the 40, 50 years old. 40, 45, 50 years old. I don't know, maybe probably some 60 years old, some great-great-grandpas in there taking their time to make fun of this young girl who, in which I include, is still black. So we will throw her away because she's young and maybe hurt. I don't know if she's hurt. I don't know her background, so I can't just say what it is. But I do know it took something to get her this way. I highly doubt she came out the womb, the doctor slapped her, and she said, "Oh, I'm white." That's not how it works, right? To get to point B, you start at A. And you proceed to B, right? You don't just get down the line without starting somewhere and there being a journey to get there. And so when I look at all the grown people making all these jokes, I'm like, why, as an adult, don't you take the time to think about the journey it took her to get there? And maybe the journey is a whole bunch of kids that she grew up with who act like you, except the key word there is kids. Those are kids. So when I see grown people going out of their way to take their time to warm up their thumbs, to type in something disparaging about this kid here, and yeah, what she's saying, I'll go out there. I mean, to me, it's senseless. It's like, you're not thinking, you're young. We can even say what she's saying is stupid. It might be stupid, but a lot of young people do stupid stuff. And like I'm saying, there is a reason that she is there. This doesn't just happen like just because. Just because. And I'm still sitting here laughing. I'm looking at the guy. He's looking at the camera. And he even says, if it's not white, it's not right. If it's not white, it's not right. So, he's having the time of his life. He's just like, I'm about to get some. And she's young. She even says something like, I have only had white penis inside of me. When she gets older, she's probably going to regret announcing, hey, I like white penis in me. I love you. You know what I mean? I don't think that's something that, a rational adult would do. Why don't we look at it as something that a child is doing, right? And so the question is everything a joke? Does everything have to be a joke? When we talk about news, sometimes we talk about news, we talk about putting together different shows, and every time it comes to something serious, it's like we always have to figure out, how do we put in the entertainment? But sometimes, isn't it just like time to be serious, Or just time to just like maybe not make jokes? Because like I said, this kid has gotten here one way or another. Maybe she's hurt. Maybe something happened. Maybe some type of abandonment issue. I mean, who knows? But just guessing, seeing the way that the adults made fun of her only can make me imagine what kids her age was saying to her as she grew up to make her feel this way. And like I said, I mean, we live in a world where, we do need to release, and we do need to, have fun, and we do need to, crack a joke, give a little knee slapper every now and then. And even presentation is everything. You may be a person that presents things in a funny way. But what I'm trying to say is, can't we just pass up on certain things? Like I said, could you just imagine how she would feel if she got an overwhelming show of support and love, and maybe guidance, and maybe that would lead to some type of correction, a change of perception, because we say perception is everything, right? So how is she going to perceive it when she looks up and, she's like, yeah, I know I said what I said, but they're proving me right. They're proving me right. Because she might not really be going off what you're looking like, but when you're talking bad, of course she's going to perceive you as ugly, right? So when I saw it, I didn't warm my thumbs up. I didn't, get my thumb muscles and the cartilage around the top of my thumb muscles all ready to go so I could say something to her. I watched it. I watched it a few times. I shook my head. I said, wow. And I scrolled past it. But then I came back to look at the comments. I'm like, man, these people act like some damn kids. So they act like some damn kids. I'm gonna turn it up one more time, and because I know this is really what you're here for, right? This is what you're here for. You're really not here for me. This is what you're here for. So I'm gonna turn her up so you can hear what I said, what she said, and what the guy said. What he's just like, hey, I'm about to get some ass. But again, if you're an adult, if you are an adult. If you really, really think that how she feels is bad, do you think that making fun of her and calling her names and talking about the way that she physically looks, because I saw more comments about the way that she physically looks than what she said. So if you think that's going to fix anything, I think it's only going to make it worse, right? Let's listen to her.
You guys try to hit on me? No! Hot, sexy white guys only. Right, Patrick?
Yeah, I like that.
Good. Nathan, have you ever hooked up with a black girl?
I have.
Oh, he said he has. Actually...
darker than meat and sweeter than juice.
What? And actually, Patrick, I'm not black. I'm tan. I'm dark tan. I've never dated a black guy, I never will. And they all call me racist. I am not racist.
White, it ain't right.
Yeah. I've never dated a black guy, I never will.
I find that interesting. She said, they all call me racist. They all call me racist. So obviously this is something that she really feels. It's something that she really says. You know what? It wasn't too long ago. I know a girl. She's a black girl. She's an African American descent, or if you say whatever, indigenous, whatever you believe. She's of a darker hue, and she would say to people, "I'm not black. I'm American. I'm not black. I'm American." And she would catch a lot of flack for it. And sometimes I would ask her, never in a disparaging way, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? Because when it comes down to separation by color, gender, and things of those, of those guidelines, color is a factor, right? And she was also a feminist, so she would also gender was everything, but color was nothing. And so those things would confuse me. I would be perplexed, and we would talk about it. And I saw a lot of what this little girl is saying in her, except she never said anything like this. And I don't think that she was only dating white guys. Now, I do know she was open to white guys. I don't know if she was only dating white guys predominantly. I have no clue. I have no clue. But what I do know is about 1.5 years later, something happened. Something changed. She got her what some people would call her nigga wake-up call. And she had some incidents, and she had some people that were like saying some things to her that were very bigoted. I don't know if they got all into racism, but I do know if it was bigoted. And I don't say if I know if they got into racism, because my definition of racism is a little different than other people's. I don't think that everybody could be racist. I don't think everybody has the power to be racist. I think that everybody has the power to be a bigot. And so either way, some people some Caucasian people were being bigoted toward her, and everything changed. All of a sudden, she was throwing up the soul fist and the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, and all that old good stuff, right? And so sometimes it just takes experiences in life to let you know exactly where you are and who you are. Who knows? Maybe she'll go to meet his dad and she'll figure out something different. Maybe she'll have a pleasant experience. Who knows? Who knows? Do this real quick.
They all call me racist. I am not racist.
White, it ain't right.
Yeah. I've only had white next to me, and that's how they all call me racist. I am not racist just because I say black guys are ugly and ghetto. That doesn't make me racist. It's a personal preference. You know what I mean? I I date who I want to date.
She said black guys are ugly and ghetto, and that's the personal preference. Now, I think that's where people get mad. And you have a right to get mad because she's lumping all black guys in and saying, hey, they are ugly and ghetto. And you know, we don't look at ourselves and feel as if we are ugly and ghetto. And if you do, you shouldn't feel like that. Pick up your spirit. And I can see where that's the bone of contention. And like I said, that it is annoying to hear that. And maybe you'll say something back like, hey, little girl, that's not true. That's not true. Maybe you have some living you need to do. And you can't relegate all of blackness to the small sample amount of people that you know. You don't even know enough people to be able to say that about all black guys. And she also says Hispanic guys. I think she said Latin guys, something of that nature. But again, as adults, we should know these things. And so when I look at the comments and people are making fun of her teeth and her gums, I'm like, all you're going to do is make her further dislike black men, right? When you say you can keep her, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? And this is what confuses me sometimes is, again, I look at her and I see a little girl, and then I'll look out and I'll see an older gentleman. I'll see a man in his 30s, and let's say he a rapper and he go to jail for shooting somebody. I'll hear people talking about free so-and-so. Free so-and-so, let him out. Now that is super confusing to me. The people who we are willing to throw away and the people who we are willing to keep. Now, who gets a vote on that? Who gets a vote on that? And again, what this little girl is saying is annoying. It is ultra annoying. It is annoying. But she definitely has some growing to do. And I think by people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s talking about her, and I don't mean talking about the things that she's saying. I mean talking about her wig, talking about the way she looks. That's only going to make it worse. Where does that fix anything? And even for the poster, even for Tariq Nasheed, my question is, where are the answers? Is everything a joke? Is everything funny? Because this is bad. The whole situation is bad. The fact that this little girl feels like this is bad. The fact that she will just so blatantly say it live on whatever platform she's on, sitting on the guy's lap or whatever they are doing, the fact that she will so boldly put it out there with all of the chances of doing what? Going viral. She will put that out in the world. That's bad. And then you look around and you find it on social media and you see a whole bunch of 40 and 50-year-olds making fun of her. And again, not based on the merits of what she said, but on her looks. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Because what is the cause and what is the effect? Right? Right? And so, like I said, I would wonder if she was made fun of, if she was bullied, or if she was talked about by one group of people, by black people, growing up. Because as youngsters, we could go hard. We could go hard. I mean, it's not always right, and it's not right, but it's just something that we could do. That maybe needs some changing. That does need some changing, if we're going to be honest. And maybe some growing, actually, too. Because this is just something that we did coming up. And so when I think about it as I'm talking about it, and I'm thinking about how 40 and 50-year-old people were talking about her, and again, not about what she said, not about her verbal gymnastics or whatever she was doing, nothing about that. They're talking about the way that she looks. Maybe everybody needs to grow. She definitely needs to grow, but you grown as people, you need to grow up too. It would have been great to just send some love and just like, hey, if she's going to feel like that, that's how she's going to feel. I would hope that she changed everybody the same way. Or maybe, learn how to put your bad experiences on the bad experience side and still make room for good ones. But I do think by just straight condemnation, I think that's only going to make it worse. Let me. You dig? So this is Soapbox Heroes. My name is Tyrone Irvin. I'm gonna go ahead and play what she said one more good time.
You guys try to hit on me? No. Hot, sexy white guys only. Right, Patrick?
Yeah, I like that.
Good.
Right, Patrick? He was like, yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Mason, have you ever hooked up with a black girl?
I have.
Oh, he said he has. Actually,
Darker the meat, the sweeter the juice.
what? And actually, Patrick, I'm not black, I'm tan.